So over a year ago, I made a video ranking the top 10 rarest items in Jailbreak. Well, since then, there have been several more items added which are also quite rare. So I figured now would be a good time to make a follow-up ranking 10 more items which are incredibly rare in Jailbreak. Keep in mind that by rare items, I'm referring to the items which are the least owned, not least used. That means that except for the top 3, the items listed here aren't in some super strict order, so just keep that in mind. Also, if you're wondering why an item which is incredibly rare is not on this list, there's a good chance I already included it on the predecessor to this video, so make sure to go watch that one if you haven't already. Also, I'm not going to include the individual hyperchromes on this list, but I will be including the hypershifts. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. Starting things off, we have the snowflake rims. In my 6 years of playing, I have never ever seen anyone use these rims. That's just going off of my personal experience. They were only available for a couple of months, and it seems like a lot of people just didn't know about these. They were available for a longer time than the hypno rims or the spinner rims. And while those rims are definitely rarer than this one, I have not seen this one out in the wild while I have seen the other two. It's really puzzling to me why this is one of the rarest items. If you have any theories, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. After that, we have the dual rocket spoiler from OG Season 4. This was not a well-received season and not many people played it. Fewer people got all the way to level 50 on the cop team, which was how you were able to get this spoiler. This spoiler was actually available for over a year, since after seasons were removed, the leveling system was still there, and if you got to over level 50, you were able to purchase it from the garage. But the amount of people who purchased this spoiler was still very small. Therefore, it comfortably earns a spot on the list. I was debating whether to put this one or the UFO spoiler on the list, but I think this one gets the leg up since it's rewarded from the cop team, which less people play on. Then we have the RTX rims. These were available in Season 5, which was definitely one of the least popular seasons. This item was exclusive to the Season Pass, and it was a level 9 prize, so barely anybody got to level 9 to begin with, and even fewer people had the Season Pass when they reached level 9. From my understanding, this is one of the most desirable items in trading, so this only speaks further to how rare it is. I personally have always disliked these rims and have never had a desire to get them, simply because I don't think the glowing effect looks very good and you can't change the color on them at all. So to be honest, I don't really get the hype. If you're one of the people who really likes this rim and wants to get it, let me know why in the comments below. The next item on the list is the Parisian EXP1. Now, some of you guys may be confused as to why I included this vehicle on the list, and the answer is due to the amount of time it was available. People could only purchase it for 4 days, and it was around in a period of time when Jailbreak was on the lower end in terms of player counts, so not that many people were online at that time. Likewise, it was not a cheap vehicle either. It costed 720,000 J-Bucks, so only a minority of players were able to purchase this vehicle. Therefore, I feel it deserves a spot on the list. Then we have another limited time vehicle here with the Javelin. I was debating whether to put this one or the Parisian higher, since I remember more hype for this vehicle than the Parisian. However, the Javelin was available for only 2 days compared to the Parisian, which was available for 4. And the Javelin costed 929,929 J-Bucks compared to the Parisian, which costed 720,000. So it costed more and was available for less time, therefore making it rarer than the Parisian in my opinion. This is one of the most highly acclaimed vehicles in Jailbreak and one of the most sought after, and for good reason. It's awesome. If you own the Javelin, you should consider yourself a lucky guy or girl. We are now in the top 5 with the Icebreaker. The Icebreaker was the grand prize for Season 7, which is a season not many people did since it was rather hard compared to the other contract seasons of the time, and since it wasn't a super flashy grand prize and it didn't really fit the theme, not many people were interested in getting it. I think it's the second rarest season vehicle, only behind the Beam Hybrid, which I included on the previous ranking, and it is also quite sought after in trading. This is a really good vehicle in my opinion. It's the Roadster but with more seats. I really enjoy it. I think a lot of people probably regret not grinding Season 7 and getting this vehicle. Next, we have the 2 billion spoilers. These were available back in 2018 after the 2 billion visits live event in November. These were only available for a week, and you could only get them through vault safes, which were very expensive to purchase, and there was no guarantee you would get it from a vault safe right away. Even though there were a lot of people playing at the time, not many people were able to get the 2 billion spoiler from the safes, so I think it also earns its inclusion on the list. I remember back in the day, I went broke trying to buy this item. Unfortunately, I could not get it. Luckily with trading, I was able to get it back, but recently I gave it back to one of my friends. It's definitely a cool souvenir of one of the most iconic periods in Jailbreak. Kicking off the top 3, we have the Gradient Pixel Drift. This item is a permanent one, but it is only rewarded to people in the top 50 crews on the leaderboard. At most, only 1,250 people will be able to earn this item every crew cycle. And that's assuming that all the top 50 crews have 25 people in them each, when in reality, pretty much all of them have less than that. The numbers will add up over time, but it's still an incredibly rare item and not one I expect to see in game for quite a while. For the penultimate item, we have the Hyper Shift. Now, you guys all know why this is super rare. You have to get a level 5 hyperchrome from one robbery, which takes months on its own. Take that time and multiply it by 8, and now you have the hyper shift. Only a few people have been able to earn this item, almost a year since its addition. If you are one of the lucky few who own the hyper shift, you guys have achieved something truly special. You've probably played so much Jailbreak by that point that even looking at the game icon will give you a headache. If you've earned this item, huge congratulations.
But easily coming in first place is the Torpedo. This vehicle is so cool and so fast, and it's so rare. That's because in trading, it is the most sought after vehicle. People sell their souls to get something even half as desirable as the Torpedo. It's clearly the most rarest and epicest vehicle there ever was added to the game.
Nope, sorry Nerd Freak and all the people who are gonna comment Torpedo. It is definitely not one of the rarest items in the game. It's probably the most common season vehicle since it was available for a whole year. And at that time, it was definitely the most desired season vehicle. The reason it's so desired in trading is because the people who own it don't want to trade it, not because it's super rare. But the actual rarest item in the game is the Blue Fire Drift. This item is only rewarded to the top crew on the leaderboard. This means that at most, 25 people will be able to earn this every cycle of crews. If you ever see this item when you're playing the game, you've witnessed a truly mythical sight. This item will soon become the stuff of legends. It's not tradable, so you'd better hope that the people in the top crews don't just suddenly go inactive after getting it. If you ever earn this item, you are truly insane and very dedicated at your craft. That's gonna wrap up my ranking of the 10 other rarest items in Jailbreak. What do you think? Do you think I forgot anything on this list? Which of these items do you own? Make sure to let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I hope to see you again soon.